I'm from the
Same place as trap music, this that first react music. They can't hold me back, I'm feeling good cause I'm black music. Can't nobody touch this, my flow I can't rush this. Put them on silence when I'm talking, you should hush bitch. I am from the heavy base, my bro called a heavy case. Got a couple
Good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Cigar Sundays Live, where we define, examine, and analyze words, sayings, and phrases used in American culture. And tonight's word is support. So grab your thinking caps and get ready to smoke on words with two big nerds, with myself, Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, and the God, Ali Dawood L at BK So Fun. And we are the Cigarden Panel. Peace, God. How you feeling?
Peace, God. Yo, actually, I'm feeling pretty good. You know what I mean? Like I'm feeling pretty good. It's I'm tired as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been out there cultivating, but while that takes out a lot out of me, I get a whole lot back though. Like I feel better on the inside, even though I'm tired. Like I feel relaxed. Like I feel good. Like I feel like I'm gonna sleep real good tonight.
Gonna sleep real good tonight, right? I know that's right.
How about you? What you dealing with?
Well, God, always thankful for another Sunday, another day period, but another Sunday when we can convene, a meeting of the minds, exchange insights, get our build on, come together, try to support our interests, support each other, um, and continue to further our endeavor. That's always a motivating factor in my day-to-day aspirations, and it falls in line with being peaceful, positive, and productive, which we always try to encourage everybody else to do.
Word.
you know that's part of the mantra. Support your interests and live peaceful, positive, and productive. It's a
Hundred
lifestyle.
percent. 100%.
you know it's a lifestyle. Yeah, y'all. So as y'all know, tonight we are smoking on the word support. And for everybody who's out there joining us, make sure to go ahead and smash that like button. It really helps us get content out there to support us like yourself. And it's also a free way to support the channel. Support.
Hell yeah.
Wow. We're going to get into it. We even going to define it to know if you are supporting the channel or if we are supporting each other or what that even encompasses. Are we even using it right? Because we know about child support. People don't be wanting to talk about child support. You know,
Who is it good for? Child support. The
the,
government.
the government. That's a real tough one right there. But we're gonna go ahead and get into these questions this evening. We have surrounding our word support. Our first question this evening is our house question. What do you think of when you hear the word support? Our second question is, should support be unconditional or should there be boundaries? Third question will be, what role does support play in personal development and working with others? Let us know what you think in the comment section, in the chat. Exchange your insights while we go through these questions. We respond to everything. We put y'all on. We might even drop the link tonight. If you want to come up live, just remember to keep it respectful. But
Word.
going along with the game plan, what do you think of when you hear the word support? Once again, let us know in the comment section. The God, Ali Dawood L at BK So Fun.
Peace, God. So,
Peace, God.
so when I think about support, the absolute first thing I think about is a steady foundation, right? A real firm foundation, something that I can plant my feet on, right? Because I'm starting with myself, um, and once I have that, um, I think about spreading that foundation out so that other people can also stand on it and build and do what they need to do as well, right? So I think about from a family structure, I myself being a father, I endeavor to always um, be present, be accountable, and be responsible to the needs and the obligations for my family, right? So that way my wife sleeps good at night, my son sleeps good at night. Um, Everybody could rest and be ready for the next day so that they can be productive as they can be or as they want to be, right? Because everybody has a brand new opportunity to be the very best version of themselves every time they wake up, right? And if we accept that as a reality and a truth, then we will lean on that support a whole lot easier, right? And we would do our best, right? We won't think that somebody's trying to, um, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have been here, kind of thing, right? So I think about from a family structure. I think about spreading that foundation out as far as it need be for everybody to feel safe and secure to move up, right? Um, I think about help, you know, positive help though, right? I think about not just help. I think about see, and this is where culture or the lack thereof uh comes in because when I use the word positive help, I even get confused in myself on what that is and how it applies because if we're not moving as a collective with a goal in mind, then I don't necessarily know that I'm supporting you in a specific direction, right? That supports us, right? Because we have so much individualism, you never know if this person's going to waste your time or actually take the opportunity and build. So it gets kind of tricky, right? But I think about help when I think about support, and like I say, positive help, things that are going to be help somebody not just get out of a situation, but get out and stay out of a situation. Like that's help, right? To me, helping somebody quote unquote pay their rent this month isn't really helping them, right? Yeah, I mean it gets them through this month, but now you become another bill of theirs, right? Because they got to pay that money back, and they ain't have it in the first place, so now they got to figure out how they're gonna get it, how they're gonna get the rent they need in the first place next month, and also pay you back, right? And in my mind, a support system or a supportive person will recognize, right, will have consideration for the person that's asking for the help and understanding one, the person that you're dealing with, their situation and circumstance, right, and the capability or the likelihood of them being able to pay you this money back when they say you'll be able to pay this money back, right? Because you got to think like they need the money right now, so like what are they gonna do differently to where they're not gonna need this money and be able to pay you back at the same time,
Very much
right?
so. Yeah.
Like so support is having a consideration that this person needs help, and part of that help is for you to be as lenient as you can be, right? It's for for as long as your cable toe extends, right? But if it snaps, then it snaps,
Yeah.
right? That's what I think. I think about foundations. I think about extended foundations. I think about having something to build upon. I think about help, productive, positive helping, right? Um, that's what I think right now.
Okay. Let us know in the comment section what you think of when you hear the word support. The God Ali Dawood El, the BK Soul Farms, just said foundation. Foundation. Strong foundation. Positive help. Um, and a couple of other insights that I wrote down some. We'll get to that a little bit later. That was one of them ones for the later on in the conversation. We'll bring that up.
Okay.
but but man, so support. Uh being an asset to when I hear the word support, I think of being an asset to a thing, whatever it is. Um, whether it's a group that I'm working with, whether it's um like you said, like with your family, like providing that foundation, to me that's an asset. Um, because every family isn't that fortunate, you know. So it's just like fortune. Everybody isn't aware of what
Yeah.
assets are,
Yeah.
or in position to be able to obtain them. You know, I think that's temporary, but it takes some work to get there. Education, some knowledge, resources, planning. Um, but being an asset to a team, um, and understanding that I'm a piece of it. I'm a
Hmm.
piece in how it all functions, on how it all comes together. It's because with support, there's a dependency. And like where I first got introduced to this was in the
Dependence.
military, because when you support an operation, the rest of the members are depending on whatever your role and responsibility is. That whatever your role of support is in that operation, everyone is counting on you to be at your best, at the maximum performance level that your training allows. That even you go outside the box and say, yeah, might not be something that I learned, but we have to improvise on the fly right now, and this and everybody else, oh yeah, wow, that was sweet, sharp, where
Hell yeah.
you know you may just get a medal, because it was so conducive to, so important to the operation. Um, so understanding that your asset, like you said, uh, in helping, right? But that's in positive, because you can have the negative too, but being positive in that asset capacity, um, understanding that people are depending upon you. There's a level of dependency. When I hear support, like child support, there's a level of dependency. People who have that are depending on that money, that monetary um, supplement for whatever, however they apply in their life. And understanding that there's a responsibility that comes with support as well. understanding also that in supportive roles, communication is important. You have to talk about things, um, so that way, because supporting roles tend to fluctuate, tend to have, you know, sometimes where everything kind of just flows, and then sometimes things become, a little bit more where you have to think a little bit more. You have to be a little bit more resourceful. Um, so that's what I think of when I hear the word support, like, you know, being resourceful, a dependency, a level of dependency, uh, being an asset, and being a part of a whole, of a thing, of it's not just an individual, because like I could say, yeah, I support myself, you know, but but
Like
I mean,
word.
like, but I mean, ain't you supposed to take care of yourself? I mean, I don't, in my world, in the man world that I'm in, call it toxic masculinity. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? But the way my granddad raised me, a man supposed to have a certain amount of things for himself going on. Okay, so I think that, and even in that example, being supportive, like you said, going back to the family structure, like just being that, being that asset to that team, in whatever capacity, because understanding that, like, you don't have to be the Michael Jordan, you know, you can be, the Dennis Rodman, you could be the sixth man, you know. It ain't all about that. It ain't all about the big. It's no big eyes and little U's and support. You know,
I
because
like I
it's
like that word dependence, God. I think that was huge, like especially when you brought up the military aspect of it, because you have to be comfortable in both roles, right? Receiving and giving, right? Like you have to, because you got to stay in your lane. And if you're in your lane, you're depending on a mug next to you to stay in theirs,
right.
right? Like
To toe that line, like you was talking about that cable toe.
yeah, like that's a powerful word. When you said that, I wrote that down. I was like, you have to be comfortable with that.
Yeah. So definitely, if y'all just joining us, we are smoking on the word support this evening. Go ahead and smash that like button and share the live. We really appreciate it. We have been answering our first question tonight. What do you think of when you hear the word support? Let us know what you think in the comment section. And we are going to go ahead and pull up the definition of the word support. So let's go ahead and get to this. Share the screen right quick. Okay.
There we go.
Yep. Take a little time. We We working with a little slow. It's a slower connection than normal tonight. So bear with us, y'all. We appreciate it. All right. So we have the word support. Support is a verb. It is a action word. All right. It is also a noun, but they give it to us as a verb first. So the first definition is to endure bravely or quietly, to bear. To endure bravely or quietly.
Mm.
Okay, then we have then we have to promote the interests or cause of, to uphold or defend as valid or right, advocate, to argue or vote for. We have the word assist or help. That was one of the words the guy was talking about earlier when we started. Help, to help, to act with, to act with. Kind of like we doing right now. We acting with each other on this podcast, right?
Word. Word.
We assisting each other on this podcast, right? Are we helping each other? Are you helping me, God?
100%. You helping me, God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you get paid for doing this?
In love.
Okay. But no cash though, right?
Nah.
No cash. But we make sure that y'all know about BK Soul Farm and everything they got going on. We assisting and helping supporting our interests in living.
Hell yeah.
Because the
That's how
links
we
are in the
help.
description. And don't forget to check out the DB Chef TV gift shop. We got 15% off right now on the website, y'all. So that's assisting and helping and supporting to act with. There is no big I, no little you, no big you, no little I. Cigar Sundays is our show, and we thank y'all for joining us each and every Sunday here at 8 p.m. to exchange insights with us as we go over this stuff right here, because we really think people don't understand and people don't know what support is, what collaboration is. That's our last show. You know, 3, to bind and bridge so as to show support for. To bind and bridge as to show support for. To provide with substantiation,
Corroborate.
corroborate. To pay the cost of, to maintain. To maintain. Consistency. You got to maintain it.
That's that foundation I'm talking about.
That's that foundation, right? To provide a basis for the existence of substance of. To provide a basis for the existence or substance of. To hold up or serve as a foundation or prop for. To hold up or serve as a foundation or prop for. To hold up. When we got here, God, go ahead and correct me. How have you seen us? You know, I mean, because we don't do circle jerking, but how have you seen us grow in our presentation of the show?
tremendously. You talking about
tremendously, right?
as far as how we actually give it up?
How we giving it up from episode 1 to 81.
Nah, like I think if you go back and look, I was super nervous. Didn't know what was going on. Didn't trust that that I would even care about what I had to say, or that we can talk about a word for an hour at a time. And to now, it's like we talk about anything, everything. We can just build
And
because that's what we do because it's natural,
because it's natural, right?
right? Or like the yeah, it's natural. So there was no need for the jitters.
Until we just worked them out though.
Yeah,
Because I had jitters too. But it all comes with what? Practice, keeping on going.
yeah, consistency, bro. You
To
just got to
to
keep
keep
showing
from
up.
fainting, to keep from yielding or losing courage.
Damn.
By us supporting each other, comforting each other through it, encouragement, not why you doing this or why you doing that or I don't think you should do this. Trying to figure out what works
Oh yeah, nah.
to keep something going. To keep something going.
Nah, it would suck if you didn't take none of my suggestions. But that's not the case.
Come on, God.
That's not the case.
Come on, God. I welcome it. You know why? Because there's no boss here.
All right, like
It's us supporting us.
is
It
either a
ain't no
good
boss.
suggestion or a bad suggestion?
You know, it's let's try it and see
Let's see how it works, right?
and see how it works. You know. So then we have support as a noun. The act or process of supporting, the condition of being supported, assistance provided by a company to users of its products, one that supports. 3, sufficient strength in a suit bid by one's partner in a bridge to justify raising the suit.
Like 1A sounds like that dependency to me,
The act or process of supporting the condition of being supported.
right? Like you got to be able to stay in your lane and be comfortable with your lane.
The act or process of supporting the condition of being supported. Us supporting us.
That's the only way to do it, man. That's the only way to do it.
Us supporting us.
Like,
Like, I'm
because
not
if think
confused.
about it, bro, if you're thinking about how can you come up, and then the next thought is who can I get to help me, right? That help is the help to you, right? You don't even see that help as support, right? Because you're not even seeing these people as resources that you're about to build with, where we all about to make some money or we all about to learn something. I just need you for this part right here, and once I get that, then I'm good. Like we got a whole lot of that, and that's why I say dependency is I like that word.
Yeah, definitely, because it's one of them things where it's like, people will try to use you, people will try to slick use you and don't think you see it,
All the
you know,
time.
and don't think you see the slickness behind it. And you just like, man,
I got 4 eyes, homeboy.
like I can see that shit with my eyes closed. You know what I'm saying? A blind man can see that shit. You know,
Oh man.
like you not slick enough.
Like I'm
Please
looking right
stop.
at you.
Please stop it. So let's go to the thesaurus and see how support is given to us. And support is given to us in a lot of ways, as in reinforcement, as in assistance, as in to advocate, to maintain, to sustain, to reinforce, to justify, to verify, to assist, to tolerate.
Mm. Tolerate.
Even to tolerate.
Nah, tolerate sound like that one that said the bear and the first definition. They
Okay.
call they call that struggle love these days.
We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. But but I always look at we demonize a lot of words and don't realize that we tolerate a lot of shit in life that,
Hell yeah.
that is justifiable, you know, that is okay, that we wouldn't mind tolerating again for in certain situations. So I can't pick one right out the clouds.
Mhm.
you know, but I mean, hey, if somebody was gonna pay me to come do something for them, and I had a long ass drive to go do it, and I don't like to drive long, long hours. I'm gonna tolerate that to go get that pay, to go get what's, you know. So we got things we'll tolerate, if it's teaching somebody something and you want them to get it, you'll tolerate their learning curve
If you want them to get it.
if you want them to get it.
Yeah, first analogy is you wanted that money, so you tolerated the drive.
Right.
So you gotta want it.
Absolutely. And the second one is that you want to share that knowledge with somebody, and,
Still want it.
and you still want to share that knowledge with somebody, whoever it is,
Yep.
and you understand it's their first time. So you're gonna have to tolerate whatever come with it, all of the stuff, but then do they appreciate it? That's the thing. Do they appreciate it? So we have support as in reinforcement, a structure that holds up or serves as a foundation for something else. So like the guy was talking about, he's reinforcing that family structure. Reinforcement, shoring it up. You know what shoring is. We know about that.
Most definitely.
Shipboard damage control, mounting, bracing, a pillar. You know about being a pillar. Mount, the foundation, the word that God was using, a prop. Stay, spur, underpinning, the buttress, the crutch, the column that supports everything, the bracket that holds it together, the truss, the arc, the stand, the shoring, the bolster. What's that right
Cantilever.
there? Cantilever.
Yep.
We gotta look that one up and see what that one
So
is.
you gotta be cantilever.
Cantilever. Cantilever. The pedestal, the frame, the stake, the bearing, the peg, the girder, the base. What's that? Philaster,
Pilaster.
plaster, the
Yeah.
post, the strut, the stilt, the stanchion. All of these things reinforce things. Hold things up. Structures that's holding things, serving as a foundation. And we have support as an assistance to act or instance of helping. assistance, assist, help, boost, encouragement, aid, lift, advice, backing, hand, giving you a hand. Hey, can I get a hand in this? Guidance. I don't know which way. Remember we was talking about wanting to give somebody some knowledge.
Yep.
May have a learning curve, trying to give them some guidance. That's what that is. They're going to know what to do after you give them the information. A helping hand, service, promotion, leg up, facilitation, sponsorship, advancement, kindness, patronage, abatement, forwarding, attention, nurturance, furtherness, mentoring, attendance, care, counsel, furthering, relief, benefaction, favor, beneficence, charity, hand holding. What's that?
Sucker. Yeah, I guess depending on where you from.
Cigar. Sucker will have an A at the end. Or ER. Philanthropy. What's that? Assagement?
Assuagement. Yeah, like assuagement, like a I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, assuagement and palliation.
Yep.
But yeah, but I want to hop on assistance right now because that's what we was talking about earlier. When we talking about promotions,
Yeah.
when we talking about facilitation, when we talking about backing, when we talking about boosting, all of these things, forwarding, share that post.
Super simple things.
You know, assistance. People get caught up in this competition, like for subscribers and stuff like that. And you have people that like to have a more people working on a platform. So if you say, all right, I got 10 people over here on my platform and they trying to tell 10 people every single day, hey, can you they're promoting this product. You know, I take 10 people and I put them out in the street and they promoting. They're facilitating, boosting whatever this product is. That does not compete with if you only got 2 people doing the same thing. It's no way that that's going to compete because you have 2 people versus 10 people. And then you even have to determine if those 2 people even have the amount of reach that those 10 people have.
That's why I was saying about the lanes. You gotta stay in your lane, right, and be comfortable with the lane that you in, right? Because
I agree, God. I agree. What I'm going at is just like when people make comparisons when they're getting help and they begin to try to compete with the people that's helping them.
I got you. Sucker shit.
That's
what
sucker
that
shit.
is.
You know, because if you just want to use their help, right, then just say, I want to pay you because I don't want you to benefit in nothing, because I don't want to help you. I don't want to help you boost or help you promote your thing. I don't want to help you in your advancement, but I want the knowledge that you have.
Let me just pay you for it real quick.
So I can just do my thing.
Yeah.
then that ain't no sucker shit.
Nope. That's
Then
business.
that's allowing the other person to put a price tag on it to see if you're gonna pay them what they know they worth. You know, but to try to use somebody and then act like, oh, like that's sucker shit, man. Well now, nah. And you said something earlier too. You said, if it wasn't for me, like
I hate
like
that.
that's corny too. Because
Yeah.
because when you support people, you do it genuinely. Like this the problem I have. Like this world is gonna make me stop fucking with people for real. It really is. Because when you genuinely a person that helps and you not looking for nothing in return, you like, okay, look, I can help, no problem. Are we working together? Or do you just need my help because you're doing your own thing? The problem I find is that people will be scared to say they just want your help and they don't want to work together with you. That's what I'm finding out. Because they want the knowledge or they want the access to the information. They don't want to do the studying. They don't want to do what it take the long-term stuff to get it. Because they want to just go. You know, what I called it before I said the learn and research and apply and the and test run and and test run again. They want to set it and go. So when you give people to set it and go and they skip those steps, it is things that they have to remember that they don't know. And that they're gonna have to go back at some point in time, when things because I have to reset things all the
What?
time.
God, you asking people to have consideration of themselves?
Of themselves.
What? Say that again, God. You said they gotta remember what they don't know.
They gotta remember what they don't know. How?
Wow. Powerful.
Because they didn't want the
That's
route
powerful.
where they would have it, you know? Like, and I say I be saying that to people that I work with. I swear, I say it, if I die, how you gonna know how to do it? If I die, how you gonna know how to do it? You know how to set and go, but I set it for you to go. So you know how
Yep.
to press the buttons to make it go. But I said it. I did all the technical stuff. Like you don't know that. You didn't learn that part.
Any of it.
You know. So I say, let me show you that because that's where the value is. The setting up and go part is you're gonna learn that as you go. You're gonna get better at the setup and go. But this part is the what? Is the foundation. So you don't have to call customer support. You know,
Somebody that you paying and giving you bad support that you complaining about and you paying for. Right? They got an attitude and whatnot.
and that's what I'm saying. I'd be like, but then that gets cloudy. Like even after you do that, and then it's like, okay, well, now I'm ready to go. I don't really need you no more. I don't want to. Now I changed my mind. Now I don't want to. I don't want you to come up off of me.
Mhm.
Like I don't want you to come up off of me. I thought we was working together. I thought we. That's not what working. That's not what support is.
That's what I'm saying,
to
God.
act
Like,
to act or assistance of help. That's not what support. The team's victory owes a lot to Joe Strong supporting the left field, right? The team's victory,
not Joe's victory,
not Joe's victory. Joe, yeah,
but Joe's
Joe,
strong support, though.
he got a gold star for that day for assisting, for
Hell yeah.
advising, for backing, for lending a helping hand, for giving a leg up, for
Yeah.
facilitating. But it was the team's victory,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's why it's so difficult nowadays to build a team because so many people want to be the big eyes.
And not really. They only want to be the big eyes when the light is shining at the end.
Only at the oh man, what?
They they
Only at the end when they think it's gonna be some people there
yeah,
that is somebody
God.
that is somebody that's gonna give them a pat on the fucking back or an attaboy or some shit, so they can, they want the glitz and shit. I'm gonna tell you something that broke me out of that real quick, and we're gonna get back to these synonyms. When I was in my capacity in the service, admirals used to come get me for specific functions to cook for them.
Mhm.
All right. Do you know every single one of those admirals, it didn't matter who it was, always had to send somebody to tell me the same thing. You have to come out when we are giving y'all praise. You have to come out.
Mm.
And I didn't do it like, bad or whatever. I would just make sure, like, right before I knew that shit was about to happen, I go smoke and dip off. You know what I'm saying? And then I'd be somewhere. I wouldn't be far.
Yeah.
I'd be somewhere because
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, this shit done happened like 4 times already. And I know I'm wrong, but like, fuck it. I'm gonna be out here because maybe they forget me.
I wish I could avoid them shits every time.
Maybe
I
they
hate that
forget
shit.
me. Maybe they forget me this time.
I hate them awards, sir. What he's
Right.
got, I hate all that.
But how is somebody who requested you gonna forget you? And that's what taught me about people who ask for your help, that value it and want you to be a part of the team's victory. See, that's the difference between these suckers out here, these so-called men out here, and the experience of military men. Because these admirals called specifically, I need so-and-so. To where my commanding officer coming to me like, how you know so-and-so and who's blah, 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 who you think? Because they thinking I can't call nobody. I don't be in no situation to have to call nobody. But if I needed to call somebody, I could call somebody. No problem. They want the sauce.
They want the sauce. That's why they call it.
That's why they call him. So I would be out there, God, and every single time they would have already, I did it to like 4 different admirals. They would already have had everybody clapping again. They have had everybody clap. The whole team, I want to thank everybody for coming out. And then that great blah, 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 whatever y'all was eating, that was made by, you know what I'm saying? And they like turn around and I ain't even there. I got cussed out. I got cussed out a couple of times. Hey,
I know
what you
you.
doing? You
I
smoking?
know it.
Why
I
you out
know
here
it.
smoking? I'm like, because, like, what? I took a smoke break. We was done, right? No, the admiral was in there and he had announced you and everybody was clapping for you. And then we turn and all look at you. The whole room is looking for you.
Nah, son, not me.
Like,
Not
what?
me, son. Like,
I'm like, man, I hate that shit. So you know how hard it was for me
man, I hate that shit.
to even just break that uh I don't know what it's called, like that stage fright, for me to just be online right now. For me to just be online, to just have courage enough to like just be sitting up here online, just talking, sharing personal experiences and things like that. Like I ain't even want to go out when I had did something and everybody wanted to clap for me. So that's how much of the spotlight I don't need to share.
At all.
You know, I mean, I don't need to suck up. I don't need to absorb. You know,
Yo, son.
or like yeah, like I don't need to share the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need the spotlight on. You know, I don't need to share that shit. I said it right. I don't need to share the spotlight. If you
Yeah.
want to have the spotlight, have the fucking spotlight. You know, but understand it's a team. Because I didn't take nothing from everybody else who was in the kitchen doing what they was doing and back there creating what they was creating. And hey, can you help me do this? And yeah, of course, man, because I could learn some shit. We had people in there doing garbage, all types of shit that because I'm out there in the fleet, you know, I'm not, and in my position, I'm running my shops. I don't get to go to the schools. I don't get to go to the extra stuff, to all the little, you know.
We call them C schools in the Navy.
Exactly. You know, I got a couple, but like I wasn't able to go to them like the way some people was able to go to them. They want me in the fleet. I'm independent duty. It's me. I'm the FSO. I'm running the shop. Then I got watch and everything else. I'm talking about engine room, bridge, you know? Yeah. You know, suit up for LE. Fire team. What else? Helo team. I mean, come on, family. Like,
I don't want to think about none of that no more, bro.
Come on, bro. So I'm just like, you think I want to, you know what I'm saying? You think I want to go out there and hear everybody clap and talk about how full they is and everything? And thank you so much, and it was so delicious. And I'm like, man, I know.
Hell yeah.
I know. Oh, you won't be humble. Man, I know I do the shit. I know I do it. I know I'm nice with it. I take pride in doing it. I value it. So I don't do it like a bum. We have support as in to advocate, to promote the interests or cause of, to advocate, to endorse, to help, to embrace, to back, to assist, adopt, endorse, aid, champion, patronize, stand up for, go in. I'm going in for it. To stick up for it, to reinforce it, hold the brief for it. You hold the brief with yourself, right? You hold the brief with the team, right? You have a personal brief. I have a personal brief every time I do an intro for the show. You're going to get it right, all right? You go over it, you're going to get it right. Practice a couple times, boom, go in. You have a brief with the crew before you go on a mission. You have a brief with the team before y'all start a game. We have a brief before we start this show, where we chop it up for a little bit, right? Even if it's just 5 minutes. Even if it's just 5 minutes. People don't even know how long 5 minutes is because they never stood at POA or parade rest to put up a fucking flag. You know how much shit you can get done in 5 minutes?
A whole lot.
In the whole 5 minutes. But the thing is, you don't learn somebody in 5 minutes. If you got a person's phone number, you want to know who they is, or you want to get to know them better, use your fucking fingers and pick up that phone and call somebody or text them. Not think that 10 minutes or 5 minutes is going to change your impression or how much you know about that person. Because if you just met them, you don't know shit about them. Nothing. Plunk for, bolster, go to bat for, plunk for, save, reinforce, forward, rescue, further, abet, buttress, espouse, preach, boost, side, second, advance, prop up, backstop, bail out, plug, talk up, or deliver. As in to maintain, pay the living expenses of. That's what we was talking about, that child support, spousal support. Somebody calling you, asking you to borrow some money. Right? Maintain, keep, provide for, to fund their shortcoming, finance, to take care of, to sponsor them. I know that's big in the dating community.
I think that is the new dating, right? Sponsorship.
You know, underwrite. Okay, we know what that is in the banking. Foot the bill, to patronize, to set up, to stake. Then we see it as in to sustain. So we have to hold up or serve as a foundation for. We keep seeing that word foundation, God. Support. Sustain, to carry that load, to bolster, to stay, to uphold, to underpin, to brace, to buttress, to bear, to undergrind. Then we go shore up again, to steady, to prop up, to underlie, trust. Then we have to reinforce, to provide evidence or information for, as a claim or idea. So the guy Ali Dawood El at BK Soul Farm said, every time that we say, tonight we are smoking on the word support, I think it should pop up on the screen. To provide evidence and information, to reinforce, to corroborate, to bolster. Because every time you hear the word that we smoking on, looks damn good when support pop up there on that screen. And make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel.
They do look good though.
Every single time. Okay?
They do look good.
To reinforce. That's providing information or ideas to help corroborate our narrative, to help establish a better look, to help show up what we got going on, to make it look good, to bolster our visual effect, to reinforce what we got going on. It wasn't to undermine it. It wasn't to weaken it. It wasn't to undercut nothing.
Nope.
Because it's support our interests and live. Let's go to justify. Support as in justify. To continue to declare to be true or proper despite opposition or objections. To continue to declare to be true or proper despite opposition or objections. To justify, to defend, to maintain, to uphold, to advocate, to affirm, to assert, to stick up for, to proclaim, confirm, stand up for, to discuss, to insist, to plead, to vindicate, to emphasize, to state, to protest, to champion these endeavors, to make a claim, to contend, to espouse, to argue, to debate, to profess, to underscore, to aver, to underline, to warrant, to stress on it, to avow, to avouch. And I love the fact that argue is in here with support, with debate is in here. with championing, with emphasizing, with even contending, with even protests, with even discuss, to stick up for, to stand up for, to advocate, to confirm, to profess. It even say you gotta have a little stress in there sometimes. When you supporting things, things get a little stressful sometimes. It ain't always easy. It ain't always a walk in the park. You might have to argue a little bit. You might have to debate a little bit. When they go to when you're in the court in the court, what are they doing? What are they doing? Any arguments? But
That's all they doing.
But are they yelling at each other?
Nope.
Are they cussing at? Are they cussing at each other?
They are presenting their arguments.
They are presenting their arguments.
Yeah.
To support their claim. So, as in to verify, to give evidence or testimony to the truth or factualness of. Support. Verify, confirm, argue, validate, cooperate, bear out, prove, vindicate, authenticate, certify, demonstrate, attest, reinforce, substantiate, testify to, witness, affirm, establish, guarantee, document, vouch for, assert, declare, to back up what I'm saying. I can show you proof. to back up what I'm saying, I can show you proof. Reinforce, to profess, to warn, aver, avow, avouch. All right. Then we have support, as in to assist, to provide someone with what is useful or necessary to achieve an end. To assist. That's what we were just talking about. That was an assist.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't something that was, oh, that's gonna have us. I don't know.
It was useful.
Come on, God. And that was just one because I could pull that up. You know what I'm saying? That's just one because I could show that. This other stuff was already understood and got to be explained. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Assist, aid, help, reinforce, back, facilitate, abate, promote, bolster, encourage, save, bear a hand, endorse, backstop, guide, forward, prop up, sponsor, comfort, benefit, foster, further, sustain, launch, rescue, serve, attend, to stand one in good stead, endorse, patronize, advance, champion, minister to, succor, ease, advise, mentor, buttress, reinforce, boost, nurture, counsel, care for, profit, bail out, favor, oblige, hearten, deliver, and embolden. And then we have support, as in tolerate, to put up with something painful or difficult. Okay? To tolerate, to stand, to accept, to handle, to endure, to take, to sustain. It's people who tolerate every single day doing things that they wish they ain't have to do. All right?
Wish I had to go to work no more. I tolerate that to tolerate that traffic.
You know what I'm saying? Sitting in traffic to get to work. They have to tolerate that. You know, if you have disabilities, you got to tolerate those. Try to manage them just so you can get through your day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so that's why I said, God, people tolerate We are the most tolerable mammals on the planet, probably, because everybody else is in their natural, everything else is in its natural environment. So
And I think
toler
I think they move when things get too rough.
Yeah,
The-
birds fly south when the shit get cold. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Like, shit, if you ain't got no
we put on a
summer
coat.
house, if you can't afford to fly south when it's winter time, your ass going you might as well get a jacket and
Bundle
some
up.
boots. Yeah, hell yeah, bundle up.
Three pair of socks. Get
You
with it.
know, get you some long john, some.
Facts.
So we got tolerate, stand, accept, handle, endure, take, sustain, bear, meet, stomach, absorb, stand for, stick out, abide, live with, wear, lump it, count and swallow, hack, go, sweat it out, brook, tough it out, allow it, permit it, pocket it, suffer, bide, respect it, reconcile, agree with it, whether you like it or not. So you're gonna submit to it, you're gonna consent to it, you're gonna yield to it, acquiesce, assent to it, and
Capitulate.
capitulate. you know,
Dang, man.
so that is all of the synonyms for support, reinforcement, assistance, advocate, maintain, sustain, reinforce, justify, verify, assist, and tolerate. And then the dictionary gave us to endure bravely or quietly, to promote the interests or cause of, to uphold or defend as a valid right, advocate, to argue or vote for, to assist, to help, to act with, to act with, to bid in bridge so that as to show support for, to provide with substantiation, cooperation, to cooperate, to pay the cost of, to maintain, to provide a basis for the existence of subsistence, to hold up, to serve as a foundational prop for, to maintain at a desired level by purchases or loans, also to maintain the price of purchases or loans. All right. We hear that what they say, purchasing support or pricing support. The markets, if the markets can support the inflation and all that nonsense they be talking about. Um, when uh when the CPI is saying 3, but the dollar store is saying it ain't, it's $1.25.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we not gonna support that BS. But to keep from fainting, yielding, or losing courage, comfort, to support, to keep something going, to support it, to keep it going. All right. And then the act or process of supporting the condition of being supported. Assistance provided by a company of users to its products, one that supports, often used attributively, and sufficient strength and a suit bid by one's partner in a bridge to justify raising the suit. And that is the definition for support.
I tell you what, guys, support is way heavier than I thought it was, right? Because I just had help and foundation, right? But it has so many other aspects of it. Um, and all and that's why I say I like the word dependence, right? Because you have to is a two-way street, right? Like you have to be accepting of that person Because you can't, like, everybody's not Michael Jordan. You got to pass it to somebody. Somebody got to pass the ball to you. Somebody got to check you the ball. Somebody got to, right? Like, it's.
Look, Mike can't inbound the ball to himself at
Kids.
least.
Nah, he cannot, right?
Okay.
Like,
So at least if you just inbounding the ball, right? Mike can't pass it to himself.
you know what I'm saying?
So you right, God. Like it takes two. It takes more than one, you know.
Like, imagine being a cat that's about to inbound him. Like, man, I don't want to inbound it because once I give it up, he gonna take it all the way down and score it. So I'm gonna just hold on to it. Like, you don't get a penalty.
Yeah,
Like
you're
like you
gonna turn the
like
ball over. 5
like
seconds.
right away. Like, you're gonna be a hindrance to your team instead of, hey, you can't even do nothing with that. I'm gonna wait 4 seconds, then I'm gonna just chuck it, and then I'm gonna hit the net. Or
No, you're gonna sit down on a bench after you do some dumb shit like that. You know, because the coach is gonna be like, "What the fuck are you thinking? You need
what you
some
doing?
time." You know, like why you ain't throw the
Team.
ball to Mike? What the fuck are you doing? Mike's open. Throw the ball in. Inbound the ball. Five
Yo, in
seconds.
the
What the
huddle,
fuck
we
you
said pass the ball to Mike. What you doing?
doing? No, in the huddle, Mike said, "Pass the ball to me." Yeah. You
And
know,
you heard him.
and you heard him, right? Just give me the ball. That's it.
Just give me the ball.
Just give me the ball, and you
And
heard
he was
him.
standing right there. You just said, nah,
Yeah.
son.
You know, like if I get if Mike go for 80 and I got 15 assists that night,
Man,
we won.
hell yeah.
And we
Hell
won the
yeah.
game.
Hell yeah.
That's because I touched the ball maybe from somebody else and threw it to Mike and he wouldn't score it at least 15 times. Okay. So I'm still on the stat sheet.
Hell yeah.
But when you got people who want to be the score, oh, I'm the scorer. I'm the big person doing every fucking thing, and I'm this, that spotlight shit. That
Everything.
oh, they just do this, they just do that. Like you pay motherfuckers, like, oh, they just, you
Yeah.
know. Oh no, don't worry about Ali. He just fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like it wouldn't be Cigar Sundays without you. You know, like the fuck is they talking about? Like how we get to 81, but everything else dealing with other people, you could barely get the 10, 15. You could barely get one. You
Yeah.
know, I'm like people don't understand when you have support, what support looks like. You know, and then the big head come quick, like, oh shit, like, like you ain't put in enough work yet. And if you're looking for donations, then you're looking to scam.
Like you can really just like make products. They have a product to sell. If you looking for money, right? That's what we do. We sell products.
We said links in the description.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
All the links in the description. You know, get it. Go
right,
get it. Go get it.
and if
You
you
know.
was close to me, you would actually get some groceries, right? Like,
Come on, man. That's the only thing stopping the mail. You know,
you
that's
know what I'm
it.
saying? Like,
That's the only thing stopping the mail. I be shopping all the time. Whatever you be like, it's good. You selling whatever you be like, you selling. I'm buying.
hmm
So I'm just like, come on, like, what is why people having such a problem with support? Like they don't even know what support. I know what it is. It's a lot of hating is the new norm,
yeah,
and people really don't want to see you win because they think in their mind they already not where you already at, and
in
they
the
don't want to
first place.
in the first place, and they don't want to see you get any further,
Correct. Correct.
especially if they help you, because then now
Because
You
that
just
was
gonna keep
my
on.
idea, right, God?
Now you just gonna keep on getting bigger though,
Yep,
right? And they ain't gonna pass you
yep.
because passing you is important to them.
That is the goal. Is it's not doing well for themselves. It's not even being successful. Like success for them is passing you.
That's wild. That's wild. But
Right.
I'm glad.
I
But
call
I'm
that
glad
little
that I
brother
could
shit.
set the bar. I'm glad I could set the bar. you know, for for what's that song? Young Jock. It's going down. Get like me. Yeah. yeah. Get
Yeah,
like me. You know what I'm saying? So if you pass me, yeah, you done. You doing something. Okay.
good job.
Like it's the most foolish thing in the world. All right, so we have been answering our first question and defining and examining the definition of the word support. If y'all just joining us, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, share this content with other people like yourself. We really appreciate it. Moving to our second question. Should support be unconditional or should there be boundaries? Should support be unconditional or should there be boundaries? And I had a problem with this word boundary, um, because I don't really agree with I don't like the definition. But I think that it was fitting for the question because we're talking about unconditional or a boundary. If it's a boundary, you can't go past it. You can't go around it. You can't. It's set. So that's an end. So should support be unconditional or should there be boundaries? Now that we've peeled back some layers of this definition of support, God.
You know, should support be unconditional or should there be boundaries? Well, I'm gonna start with the boundaries first. I think that's easy, right? I think there are natural boundaries, right? Finances being one, right? You only have so much money that you can lend somebody. You only have so much money that you can give somebody, like give away to somebody as a donation or as a charity, and don't expect it to come back, right? That only goes so far. So there's a financial boundary there. Um,
You think God? I don't know.
I don't know if I
I
once
don't know
I
because
once
people will fuck their credit up, right? And then they fuck their credit up on purpose, and then they come call you and think that now you supposed to be their bank and shit, and then they just want to $30, $40 cash app you
but
the
no,
fucking devil.
but that's what I'm saying though, right? But I might not have 30, $40, right? Like the boundary is I don't have it. Like that's what I'm saying. The natural boundary is I might not have it for you at this time. Right. That's what I'm saying. The natural boundary is right. Yeah, I think people are crazy, and they would try to push them shits, and they're like, yeah, but you got a good job, you got two incomes, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, like you, oh,
You
you got
should
this,
have
you
it.
got that, you got this, you got that. Like,
Which is
damn.
why I say there's a natural boundary of when I don't have it. Like if I don't have it, I don't have it, and there's no amount of you making me feel guilty is gonna make me all of a sudden have it. Because if I had it, if you know what I would have if I had it, I would have what I wanted. What else I wanted, right? I would, right? I wouldn't be waiting, until I get it to go get it, right? To get what I want because I have it, right? But you asking
I'm,
me for it, and I'm
which,
telling you I don't have it, and you're like, yeah, you do, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't. You're like, what you mean you don't? What you mean I do? What you mean? What you mean what I mean? Like, and I think that's a dumbass conversation.
ain't
And
it, man?
I think if you ask somebody for help and they tell you that they cannot help you, I think you should say thank you, right? I
Say
think that
thank you,
person
man.
is being honest and saving you and them time, because if they agree to help you, knowing that they can't, knowing that they about to take money from their rent money, they about to take money from daycare or from childcare or from grocery money to help you, that 100% means that they do not have that money to help you. Like that money is totally allocated for something else, and they literally about to rob Peter to pay Paul,
Yeah,
right?
that's crazy.
Unconditional, unconditional is tough, right? Um, I don't think that we understand what that word means for real, in the real sense. I think we have a real fantasy thinking about it, but our expectations of each other makes that impossible, right? Because we maintain judgments, right? Like folks are always feeling like somebody's about to judge them. Like we don't trust each other. We don't have enough trust and enough unity and enough support
Say
to
that.
to feel comfortable to be vulnerable around each other, and
Vulnerable.
and to be able to say I don't have it when somebody asks you for it, and that person say thank you for letting me know you don't have it, and not hate you for not having it, and not look at you like you're a broke ass for not having it, right?
how 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 am I your broke ass and you asking me for the
People
help
are
of the
weird,
money
bro.
and
People
that
are
you don't
weird.
got that
People
you
are
don't
weird.
got, but I'm
People
the
are
broke ass. Oh,
people are
give me
weird.
some money. Oh, your broke ass ain't got no money to help
People are
me.
weird, bro.
ah,
Yo, man, like
shit, that is crazy.
yo, people are weird, man. Like people are like the things that, right. So I think unconditional is not possible because in today's society we live with conditions, right? What you mentioned earlier about today's dating scenarios or world, right? Like it seems to be very contractual or financial.
It sound like that.
You
Like
know what I'm saying?
some of the reels on throughout the social media stuff, is
Oh
guys
man,
with the
yeah.
girls, and the girl like, you got some money, you can get my number. And it's like, damn.
Yeah,
You know,
I got a couple single homeboys, and they telling me that that's real, and I'm like, for real, man. I thought that was TV,
I
and they
thought it was TV
they
too.
say no. They say it's real life, and I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, that's
It's even wild when you see the guys with the Ferraris or the doing the little gold digger pranks, and it's like, and that's not staged. It's like, I thought
I
that
co-
stuff was
I
staged.
thought
That stuff
all
is
that
not
stuff was.
staged.
I thought it all TV. I thought it was all TV, man.
No, they are
Uh,
actually asking for the money to get their hair and nails done
mm,
right there off the initial meet and greet. Oh, you look like you got it. You got the lifestyle.
you
So
look like you got it.
so that ain't gonna
And they're
hurt
not even.
you.
Ain't that crazy? Like that person automatically, like they obviously they gold diggers, but like the whole you look like you got it, like you, that statement means you don't care about me,
Yeah.
because it looks like I have it. You're not interested in making sure that I maintain it, right?
No.
All you see is a resource in me, right? Something that you can just take from, and it's like I'm your bank, right? It's not even the whole bank, right? It's just
Support.
not even a bank,
Support.
not even a bank, just because the bank come with interest, right? Just an ATM, right? Like, and they don't even want the ATM fees. They want
They want support.
they just
They
they just want support.
just want support.
So yeah, no, I don't think it's possible to have unconditional support. Um, and I think that there's just natural boundaries. Because you can't help everybody the same way, right? Everybody the way because we lack culture and we are going in different directions. You have to help everybody. Unfortunately, you got to meet everybody where they are. And what was one of the words? And bear their personalities, I guess, right? You gotta
I think that's fair. Yeah, I like that though.
yeah, I mean it's
I like
it's just
I like that. I like having to do that in real. I prefer that we do that in real life. It's just because to that point, meeting people and then having to bear their personalities. And let's say we're not even trying to. Well, let's say we are trying to support something because we're trying to work together.
mhm,
All right. Let's say it's just not we just giving them some monetary help, but we trying to figure out what we can
mhm,
do together. But that whole mindset of where I'd be like, okay, well, stop asking me where I'm from
mhm.
because you want to put me in a box. You wanna. It is common in American culture to stereotype. All right, I have a problem with doing it. All right. So I ain't just down talking on everybody else like
this
I'm
this
above this and that. No,
this is not
I have a
down talking at
problem.
all. This is a statement being made. This is
I
not
have a problem with doing it.
facts.
So
We
in practice, I don't ask people where they from. I don't give a fuck about where you from. I care more about where I met you, why I'm meeting you, and what is the purpose of that. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is I am going to allow myself through whatever that purpose is to get to know you through that. If I'm even required to know you personally, I may just be required to work with you. And because of my military experience and training, where I was in environments where I did not take everybody home with me when I left work, I know how to do that a lot better than some people who required the spotlight when they're at work. They need to be the social butterfly. They need to be everybody's fucking friend. They need to have this relationship. They need to have a personal relationship with people before they work with them and all that other shit. I
no
don't I don't have that.
at
I'm not,
all.
and when I call it shit, I'm not shitting on if people do that. I'm just saying it's shit to me that I don't need
At all.
to function,
I
you
told I told
know?
the cat, I was like, yo, man, I was like, we are not friends, bro. I was like, we're at work. I was like, we're friendly, right? Like we can be friendly to each other, but we're not friends, right? Like this is you have no idea what my walls of my living room look like, right? You have no
Yeah,
idea what my couch look like. You have no idea none of that stuff, right? So, oh man.
yeah, and it's of no interest. It's no if it's of no interest to me to even have that, to even for us to even share that as an experience. You know, it's absolutely of no interest. We got a little technical issue real quick with the guy Ali Dawudel at BK Soul Fun, but he'll be right back. So let us know what y'all think in the comment section. Should support be unconditional or should there be boundaries? You know, should there be boundaries? Let us know what you think. Go ahead and smash that like button and also subscribe to the channel. Share the content too, so we can get more people like yourself over here so they can get some of these insights and exchange some with us while we do this. But yeah, guys, so unconditional. I'm gonna go with unconditional first. I think we can do unconditional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Because I know I do with one person in my life. All right.
Touche.
You know what I'm saying? With one person in my life. I do unconditional. Um, I would have to say that I would have to say that I think because I'm not. I think what I've witnessed. I think parents do unconditional with their children.
Hmm.
Okay, at least our era. I don't know about everybody from the past era, but what I was exposed to though was that in my own personal family, as far as my grandparents and how they treated their children, my aunts and uncles and stuff, and my mama. So I don't, I did not see a age limit where you could not depend on your parent and they would not love you unconditionally, regardless of whatever you were going through in life. And, and they didn't try to support you. I didn't see that with my mother, her siblings, and their parents. So I think that it's possible, and I think that parents do that with their babies. Um, I said I have one person that I do it with. I do it with my mother. You know, it's unconditional, regardless. I say that because I can't sit here and say that if I did something that was a boundary, crossed the boundary to my wife, she wouldn't be my wife no more. Or if she crossed the boundary, I wouldn't be her husband no more. So that's where I look at it, where like when we say support, I'm in it to win it. I'm damn sure not trying to do anything to, what I'm saying, to cross any boundaries or, or to do anything that would make that be possible. I'd be mindful of that prior to doing. That's that consideration prior to doing things. But for everybody else, there's an expectation. Like even when I say with a wife, a spouse, it's expectations that we have.
A lot of them.
Like certain people, you just don't have expectations. You just gonna deal with what they deal with, and that's why I was saying like with your child, you're gonna be like, damn, but it's like that question: would you call the police on your child? No. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's like so no, you're not gonna call the police on your child. You know what I mean? Like if you knew they had committed a crime and shit, and you just like, damn, why the fuck you gonna go turn them in?
And
You
clearly
know?
the answer is no. We wouldn't have any criminals in prison. Like if everybody know their parents are gonna tell. Come on, man.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like that to me is like that's an unconditional support because you know what could possibly come with that. You might get aiding and abetting how shitty, you know what I mean? Just because the state be like, we don't give a fuck. You knew.
You
So
knew.
they like, so your ass getting charged too. We get more money out your ass too.
Correct.
So I think that everybody has who they will be unconditional for.
I
But I think
respect
that
that.
but I believe that it's just limited to who they will unconditionally support. But I think it's just limited to, I think, maternal connection, and that's it. I think, I'm sorry, I think it's like, what I'm saying. I think it's just like maternal connection because I think everybody got a deal breaker. I think everybody got a deal breaker.
I
I
do
don't think,
too.
you know. Um, but then like sometimes, but then with maternal connections, like you just not gonna have no deal breaker. It's like they had you or you had them. And that's the only places where I have seen hurt over and 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 disappointment over and over and over and where but the love don't stop.
Yeah.
You know, the support don't stop. It's like it's almost like this part of your life's work. This part of my life work.
Now, the support will stop, but the love won't ever stop, right?
I mean,
All
I mean, no,
right, because
because a check, some money might stop for
well,
a
yeah, I
little
just support
bit.
you a different way.
You know what I'm saying?
Support you a different way. Yeah, tough love.
But you know, but a conversation ain't gonna never not be. You know,
No,
information ain't gonna never not be. Even helping doing something, just not paying for it, not putting the money in your hand. You know, that's still it's always some type of support. It's always some type of option
facts.
where it's not just to turn your back and be like, nope, I'm done with that shit. Like that's a deal breaker. Um, but what was that? What's the other part of our question?
Boundaries.
But boundaries. I think that's where that comes into play. Like, you know, like everybody gonna have some boundaries about something. You know, everybody has a little bit more tolerance than others in certain things. Um, and I don't know how, like, well, I know nowadays in the culture nowadays, like as far as supporting each other, relationship wise, business wise, you know, people quit things. People quit a lot. It's not a lot of like what is our support? Like what supports this relationship? What is our relationship built on? So like when I gave the example just now where like you know, like where I see unconditional being more maternal, um, and gave the example with like, okay, well, my wife might have something that's a deal breaker. I might have something that's a deal breaker. The thing to do would be like, did we express these things to each other? Have we had that conversation?
Facts.
You know, and of course if we have, and in having that conversation, then you know the things that would cause you to have difficulty discourse in your relationship. So it's not like you tiptoeing around that. You understand the dislikes, the things that, you know, and even if you have some things that you need to work on personally, like in your communication, that's not deal breaker, but that's still things that's communicated that you work on too, you know, because it's constant work. But what are we built on? What's our foundation? You know, what things are what keep us solid that we can come and put all them other things on top of to work out, because this right here is our rock, you know. So I'm like, if that's our support right there, if that's our rock, because you know we don't see marriage, if it's marriage vows and that's your rock, if it's something that people come together and they say, you know what, well, I just want to get old, we just want to get old together, and whatever we got to go through to get old together, that's our rock. So no matter what we going through in this world, give us, when we need to come back and sit down, it don't matter how much we go through it, we gonna get old together. So we setting that on top of this rock, and we gonna figure this out, and then we gonna brush this rock off and act like it exists, because that's our rock. And if we need to bring something else back over here to this rock in this corner, then we gonna bring something else back to it, and we gonna bust it down on that rock too and turn it to dust, you know, and keep on going, cause our rock gonna be there even when we gone, you know. So I'm like, if you have that conversation, if which we encourage people to have, you know, that type of relationship where you know what your foundation is, what your support is between each other. I think that transitions over into um when I hear you say sometimes like if our goals it don't line up, like
Hmm.
like that's not your friend, you know, like y'all not even trying to go to y'all don't even have a same direction that you're trying to go in, you know, in one area.
Nope.
So it's like, why be wasting your time with that? And I think that that's the same thing where it's like, what's that goal? What's that rock? What's those principles that relation, the foundation that supports that relationship? Because anything that you're going through, you can always bring it right back to that and set it on there and discuss it. Because this don't change. What's the support don't change. Because that's what's holding it up. That's the trust. That TRUSS, but that's also the TRUST.
Both important.
You know, and that's what's holding it up. That's the thing. Like, that never wavers. That's the firm, solid foundation. So we can always go and set anything right on that, and and continue to move forward from there. So, should support be unconditional, or should there be boundaries? Man, I think we both saying it's, like, it's difficult to be it's limited. It is a limited application to the unconditional support. But people do have boundaries. People do have do not goes, and do not pass goals, and limits and things like that
Serious about.
they are very serious about. Yep. So let us know what y'all think in the comment section tonight, y'all. We are smoking on the word support, and I think it's time for us to take a break and go to, I think we're gonna go to the flavor bombs, y'all. I think we're gonna go ahead and get to tonight's flavor bombs. So what we're gonna do is, real quick, we are going to take a little quick commercial break and come right back in to the flavor bombs.
This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016 160 self-sustainability. Jump on the list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
Some say that art imitates life, but we say that life is art. So visit the DBCHEFTV gift shop and get 15% off of your next masterpiece of fashion. How do you get there? Simply tap the link in the description. Exchange insights Sundays at 8 p.m. East Coast time with the Cigarden Panel, smoking on words like two big nerds, hosted by DBCHEFTV and BK Soul Farm at Cigar Sundays on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so when they go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live.
Fans in the Stands is gaining momentum thanks to our viewers. Our crew bring the facts with humor, keeping our viewers entertained and laughing. Join us each and every Thursday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Fans in the Stands on YouTube.
At the Veteran Kettle Podcast, we thank you for your service, support, and sacrifice to our country. Listen to real stories of adversity and triumph as we give our best to honor our vets. Subscribe today and watch episodes now streaming on YouTube at TVK Podcast, The Veteran Kettle. Love ain't always easy, and we won't stop until we get it right. So bring that ass to the Love Speak Podcast. Subscribe today and let your love speak at TLS Podcast. The Love Speak, now streaming on YouTube.
Sign up for the newsletter and shop merch and clothing at www.dbcheftv.com.
The Flavor Bombs, presented to you by DBCHEFTV. All right, y'all. So we got ICE arrests a school superintendent. I don't know if y'all know about this. It's kind of crazy, but the brother was working though. He wasn't, they said he had a gun. A brother from Ghana. They said he had a gun. I didn't really see anything like real bad going on with it or whatever. You know, I mean, he was illegal, but I don't know. It's a little sketchy. Um, then we have More Life for ASAP Rocky and Rihanna, hip hop star and pop mega star Rihanna. They welcome in a new baby. We're gonna go check that out real quick. Just show them some love. You know, we love to see black love. They are husband and wife. And then today it was a Michigan church shooting. There's more churches still getting shot up out here. Shit is getting crazy out here. So let's go ahead and get into this.
This is hard to believe. Des Moines Schools superintendent arrested by ICE. ICE announcing Friday that Ian Andre Roberts is, quote, a criminal illegal alien from Ghana in possession of a loaded handgun, $3,000 in cash, and a fixed blade hunting knife. At the time of his arrest, Roberts was working as the superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools, despite being an illegal alien with a final order of removal and no work authorization. Roberts has existing weapons possession charges from February 5th, 2020, and was given a final order of removal by an immigration judge in May of 2024. Absolutely stunning. Former acting DHS Secretary Chad Wolf joins me now. You know, Chad, you and I worked together when I was in the White House. Yeah. It is shocking to me that someone in charge of our school district, the largest school district in Iowa, had a final removal order. How does that happen? I don't think it would have happened under your tenure.
Well, it's a great question. Obviously, the school district did not do their due diligence. He has a criminal record as well. So clearly they didn't do any type of background investigation. The amazing part here is he has no work authorization. So when they enter this individual's information into their system in order to get paid, to pay taxes and the like, all sorts of red flags should have been prompted there. So I think it'll be interesting to see what they say, to see how this individual, did he use an alias? How did this come about? And I think it begged the further question of the amount of illegal aliens that are here in the United States, working in everyday jobs and the like. And some of them, like this individual who has a possession charge, has other criminal acts on their record, and to be so close to school children, right? To be part of the education system there in Des Moines is really troubling.
I mean, Chad, I look at these pictures and I see kids and I think that could have been my kid. And this guy had a criminal charge. Do you think, and again, I know I'm asking you to speculate here, did they just not input his name into the system? How often does this happen? I mean, there are measures in place. I mean, it seems like it'd have to take a whole lot of looking the other way to not find this.
I think so. Look, the school system there, just like any other employer around the country, has an obligation to make sure that everyone that they're hiring is here in the United States legally, has the ability to work legally. So if they're not a U.S. citizen, then they have some type of work authorization provided by the federal government. In this case, the Department of Homeland Security. He didn't have any of this. And so the question is, did he provide a fraudulent Social Security number and was operating as someone else? And if not, I think there's a lot of questions that school system has to answer. And the question is, are there others there as well?
Yeah, you know, Secretary Wolf, that's a great question. And back to our top story of the day, because I want viewers to understand, you were at DHS, Department of Homeland Security. Underneath that is U.S. Secret Service, who found this vast network of servers. Matt McCool from Secret Service had this to say. He said it would be unwise to think that there's not networks like this all across the country. You were at DHS. Do you think there could be networks of servers beyond New York in cities like Chicago, LA, Miami, all across the country?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I agree with the agent there. I think this is a wake-up call, not only for everyday Americans, but just others involved in the fight here. And the good thing, which I heard the chairman say, is that we have agencies in the federal government, state and local partners, and others that are dealing with this each and every day. And we see types of incidents like this. We see probes. We see other things from nation state actors and others that get interdicted almost on a daily basis. Not all of them make the news. This is a significant one. This is concerning for a variety of different reasons. They can enable denial of service attacks and take down cell towers, as was mentioned here. So I think what this says is, because we have an open society, we need to rely more and more in our investigative powers that we provide to certain law enforcement intelligence agencies so that they can go about this and thwart this before it begins. But this should be a wake-up call. There are bad people that want to take down Americans and do Americans harm every single day. They reside outside of the.
Okay. So we're gonna cut him short. We're gonna cut him short. Because we just really wanted to look at discuss the brother from Ghana or Nigeria, wherever he from Africa, who I think that they was really like overblowing it. He had a gun charge in a country that got Second Amendment rights. If he did have fraudulent paperwork, okay, yeah, that's a crime. I get that. But he wasn't out here committing crimes. He got caught with a pistol.
So that was his crime.
That's all they said. They ain't say nothing else. They ain't say he had no other type of crime. She was just like he had a charge,
like so
because
she was blowing me with her exasperations and her fake emotions. Because like even the way that the story put together, like I don't know. I think my man had good questions though. Like did they not put his name in the system?
That's what he was asking. Things like that.
Like how did this happen? Like how did because even quote unquote to be illegal, I'm saying how does somebody get to be a superintendent? Like, come on, son. Like what she say? You know, somebody must have turned the other way. Like, let's not overlook that. How many people turned the other way, right? Like, so before we just deport this person, how many people got to go to prison as well? For why don't they get conspiracy charges or I don't know, man. That was weird. Like
that's interesting. That's interesting that the people who and see and what I'm thinking is like nobody needs to go to jail.
I think he was doing a good job superintending with the kids.
And that's what I'm saying. He's not being deported or going to prison first for anything creepy.
Correct.
Where he need to get it chopped off related.
Nope.
To messing with them babies. If he did have a criminal record in Africa, he came over here and did a complete 180.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If he did have a gun charge here that violated the conditions of his citizenship, all right, then it's just like, damn, like how you mean to tell me you could be here, you could make money, but you can't have a gun? Like, and that's
he didn't even use it. He didn't even use it. He didn't even use it.
And that's a charge. That's not a conviction. That's a charge. Because she made sure to say with that type of charge. I'm like, with that type of charge, like he wasn't even convicted.
He wasn't even convicted. She ain't say he was convicted.
Possession of a gun. So you telling me that the teachers shouldn't own guns? Is that what they saying? A teacher shouldn't. An educator should not own a firearm. Should not know how to handle a firearm.
Because that could be my kids. Like, what could be your kids exactly? Like, I didn't understand what she was saying at all. Like, she was just saying, I don't know. This shit was weird.
Yeah, I don't get that. You know, and he wasn't touching on the babies, doing nothing creepy. So it's just like, somebody get that man some paperwork, because clearly all them other people felt confident enough to allow him to be able to move up or whatever in them circles to be able to get that position. And he was clearly doing a good job, because they not saying that he wasn't doing a good job. They didn't say nothing about his performance as the school administrator. They didn't say he was getting complaints from the teachers. They didn't say he was getting complaints from the community. They didn't. They
ain't even say that he was taking money from the school and sending it back to his motherland.
They ain't say he was frauding, he was scamming no money or nothing.
No.
So for the fact that he's trying to change his life, even if he was over there where it was no opportunity, he said, man, we have a tough time getting opportunities. If I get to America, I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna change who I am, self, and everything. Make sure. But you start making more money, all right. You start to have more stuff, and you realize that you in a place where your friend will be jealous of you. Your friend is somebody who's supposed to be your friend, your fake friend.
Your friend to be jealous of you.
Your friend will be jealous of you.
How terrible is that?
You know, somebody who's saying they support you will be jealous of you. Because they only want to support you to their benefit. You know, if they not winning, then oh no, we can't keep supporting you because you might be doing more. I can't keep helping Ali, because if Ali sell 1,000 books, but I sell one T-shirt, then we ain't winning. He winning, but we ain't winning.
That's
right?
corny.
That's sucker shit. That's what that is. So that brother tried to change his life around because there's no opportunity. That's how I look. That's how I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that like, man, you know, and it's a whole bunch of them situations where we see people who are working and just trying to make a living, and they not contributing to anything fucked up in the community. In society, we know communities don't exist. In society, they not contributing fucked up no way. They going to work. They even trying to get their little taxes paid and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Rihanna gives birth to baby number 3 with A$AP Rocky. She shares in a post on social media. The Savage Fenty founder, who also shares sons RZA and Riot with A$AP Rocky, revealed she was pregnant in May at the 2025 Met Gala. The couple's latest chapter comes nearly 3 years after they welcomed their first baby together. And Rihanna, who began dating the rapper in late 2019 after being friends for years, told British Vogue in February 2023 after welcoming her second baby, "Everything changes when you have a baby, but I wouldn't say it's done anything but made us closer." And Rihanna has found love in taking in those little moments of her life with her family. She told E! News in October 2024,
just being a homebody. I love it. I love to be a homemaker. I have a lot of women in my home right now, and I just like to be exciting and celebrate things. I'm trying to build new traditions for our little family that we built.
Congratulations to the family of 5.
Yep, shout out to Riri and A$AP.
Nah,
Congratulations.
that's dope.
You know, we love to see black love, baby. So y'all keep winning.
Gunshot victims have been transported to local hospitals at this time, including one who has been deceased. Officers who were trained immediately responded to the area. One was a DNR officer, and then one was a Grand Blanc Township officer, where they met the suspect and they engaged in gunfire with that particular individual, neutralizing that suspect, and that suspect is no longer with us. As I said, it is a 40-year-old male from Burton. During all this incident as well, there was a fire that occurred, and we believe that was deliberately set by the suspect. We do believe that we will find additional victims once we have that scene secure. That fire was just extinguished by the Grand Blanc Township Fire Department within the past hour. So where we go from here is we have investigators. We're gonna do search warrants on the suspect's residence. We're gonna find out if there was a motive. We're gonna go through cell phone records, things like that.
This isn't just a wallet, it's a rare find. There's something different about owning something almost nobody else has. That's why when Ridge dropped their limited Kintsugi collection, I had to grab one. Inspired.
We had the FBI, you know, they're devoting 100 agents to this area because, as you can imagine,
see how he paused when he said 100? He was like, damn, like, why the fuck they need 100 agents? I don't know. I just caught that.
There's a lot of witnesses that were within the church, and that is a lot of witness information statements that we have to obtain. So I'd like to thank all the agencies who responded. The City of Grand Blanc, Genesee County, Oakland County Sheriff's Office, Flint Township Police Department, the DNR, the State Police, and the ATF. I will provide additional information for you at 5 p.m., but I am willing to take any questions that you have that I could possibly answer right now.
Chief, can you talk about the kind of the progress of events? Did the suspect set the fire, they get back inside of his vehicle and then ran the front door, or did it all happen at the same time?
So from what I understand, and again, this is just a preliminary investigation right now, from what I have been briefed on, is that he rammed the vehicle through the front door, exited, then started firing shots. We are still trying to determine exactly when and where that fire ended up coming from and how it got started. So we believe it was deliberately set, though, by the suspect.
Were they in an active service when this happened?
Yes, the service was active. There was hundreds of people within the church.
Are you sure it's only one suspect at this point, or is it possible other people helped setting the fire, what have you?
Yes, it is one suspect that we know of at this point. We do not believe that there's a threat to the public. We believe that we have the guy who did this. Sir.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So, what in the Grand Theft Auto is going on out here?
I don't get it.
Because the chief just said that the dude drove the vehicle into the church, then got out and started shooting. Set the church on fire. Man, prayers to all the victims, condolences to the families of those that was lost. This shit is crazy. But
that was crazy.
That happened today in Michigan. And it was just like, what in the world? He just crashed into the and I didn't know that part. I saw when it broke because it came across my feed, but then I didn't look at it immediately. I waited, and I was like, okay, I think we just gonna bring this up from the flavor bombs. But I saw when they did the debrief, the initial, that one right there, that was the preliminary debrief, because it was like, that was after all the first round of response and everything. Because they still hadn't even put that fire out when he was up there speaking, so, or they was just getting it out. But that's sad. They said they probably gonna find some more bodies and everything in there.
That's sad, man.
Yeah. Yep. So.
You've just been flavor bombed, and now back to our show.
So yeah, if y'all just joined us, make sure to hit that like button, share and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. Tonight, we are smoking on the word support. And we have been exchanging insights, going through our questions. Our first question was, what do you think of when you hear the word support? Let us know what you think in the comment section or in the chat. 2, should support be unconditional or should there be boundaries? Also, let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what your insights are. And our third question that we're about to go ahead and get into right now, what role does support play in personal development and working with others? What role does support play in personal development and working with others? The God, Ali Dawood El, and BK Soul Farm.
What role does support play with working with others in personal development. So I know in the learning process of growing up, right? If you do not learn how to be supportive and do not get supported, it'll do damage, right? Because as a child, if you come from poverty, you come from lack, and you want all these things that your folks just cannot get for you, and you are living in la la land, meaning that you don't recognize that you're impoverished, right? That you're these are the situations you just think that because your friends got it, you should have it too. Um, you will feel unsupported. You will feel like you can't get no love from your family, so you might um, turn to the streets for that support. You know, to the gang that supports you in the way that you feel like you need to be supported right then and there. Um, it's tough, right? Because everybody's different, and what you need for your ultimate path along the journey to your ultimate destination. Nobody knows that, right? So it's just tough, right? But I do know nobody, no man's an island. Can't do nothing by yourself. No matter how much you want to, and without support, like even these books, right? If nobody buy my books, that'll feel bad, right? But it won't stop me from writing them, writing another one.
Right.
Right? Right, like
But it also won't stop you from learning how to market better.
correct.
You
Because I
know,
might I might be doing something wrong.
because you want to say, because you eventually want to say,
You want to sell books.
yeah,
You want to sell whatever, right? So you got to go
yeah,
wherever you need to
whatever it
go
is.
to do that, and you have to be willing to do that, right? So I don't know, man, because even to not to have even to be without that support system to know that, like, all right, you want to sell books, uh did you go to the book fair? Did you get you a booth at this spot? Like your support will give you suggestions, give you advice. They will push you to your success, right? They will help you along the way, and they won't let you be lazy, for the most part, right? I don't know, man. It's tough. I just think that
God, not to cut your knowledge, but to cut your knowledge. You know how people say
yeah.
not to cut you off, but yeah, to cut your knowledge, right? You supporting yourself when you desire to do it,
Yeah.
because you gotta want it first. You gotta say, you know what, I do want that. Like, you was very clear and correct in saying, like, people got a lot of wants, right? Want, and a lot of times they get filled in different ways. But like,
Hmm.
but having that want is the thing that starts, you know, because if I don't want it first, then I'm not going to even seek out the help to get it. I'm not to get it, to manifest it. I'm not going to seek out the information. I'm not going to do what my due diligence to even put
Yeah.
myself in a position to be able to learn it, to have it, to obtain it, so that way I can be closer to that with that whatever that one is. So I think you have to support, yourself. Like, what was support had
Nah, because when you started off with that, like support has maintained in it, right? So
had to
like
maintain.
so you got the want, you got the initial want, you got the starting point, but you got to be able to make. That's what I'm saying, right? Yeah, you gotta want to do it always, first and foremost, right? So um I don't know, man. Like it's tough because when I think about myself, so I get a lot of support in a lot of different ways, right? Like so I might not get hands in the dirt with me. I might not get people cutting heads off with me. I might not get, um, but I get support in a lot of different ways. I just know it's important. I just know it's important. It's important. It's important. It's important to me. It's important for me to be supportive, right? Like I think people that do not support their interests don't care about nothing, right? Like I think that anything will go, right? Because think about it, right? We say support your interests and live, right? Your interest doesn't necessarily mean yourself, right? Because your friends are your interests, right? Your family are your interests. Your job is your interest, right? Like even if you hate that motherfucker, right? It's still your interest because you need it. It's paying the bills, it's getting that, it's putting that Gucci bag on you or whatever, right? Like so you gotta show up on time. You gotta show up prepared. You gotta show up presentable, right? Like you gotta show up being ready to be responsible and accountable. So you have to support your interests, not support yourself, right? You gotta support your interests and live. Like that's important. Right. So I don't know if I answered the question, God, but I think
I'm rocking with you. I found out what we was talking about though. Professing. I saw some words in them synonyms
mhm.
where to justify it. They gave us support as in to justify.
Yeah.
So, to assert and to assert. So to justify and avow, proclaim it, um, those were those things where I'm looking at it from the perspective of in personal development,
Mhm.
using the model that we talking about right now, the context that we talking about. Um, like you first, you have to profess it. That's that one.
Yeah.
Like I have to, and then I'm gonna have to do the things necessary to get it, there. And if it's seeking out help or information or knowledge, like I have to do that first. That working with others aspect of it is us being able to know that you don't know what you don't know, and that you're there to remember why you're there, to remember what your role is, to remember, um to be respectful of the fact that this person's here and they're good at this, and that's why they're here. I can learn from them too. I can learn from this person, and I can learn from that person when we working with others. If Even if it's just one other person, I can learn from that person too. It's not limited to
Yeah.
uh to where it has to be this big old group. It's understanding, like like what I use, the one example of many that I just use when, like, when we say, uh tonight we smoking on the word support, you know being willing to accept that. Like, a lot of people say they can take constructive criticism, but they can't. A lot of people say that they can take um somebody telling them something, or um or sharing something with them, but they can't though. They really can't, because they have it in their mind that it's my way.
Or the highway.
Like, I'm just doing it this way and that way, and yeah, that sound good, but you ain't even willing to try. You know, it's like asking somebody, it's like telling somebody, like, I want us to work together and 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 can you send me something so you know so we can start the work process. Okay, well, how many times I gotta keep asking that person to send the same shit? That seems like they don't want to play with the, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to play with you. Or they trying to play with you, you know? But it seems like they don't want to support. Because you gotta keep asking, keep asking, keep asking, keep asking. Then they maybe do some funny shit like call you and then ask you for some shit. Like you ain't even you calling me asking me for some shit. Like what are you playing with me? Is this a test? Because last time I checked, I wasn't wasting your time. You know? So I think that being able to do that, the role of understanding support, like it does start with that personal development. And I think the role that it plays in personal development is being that part that you have to assert yourself, that you have to profess that, like, yeah, I need to promote this interest. You know, I need to or cause, you know, and I need to actively get myself, you know, to endure bravely. I need to be brave about it because it's some things that I don't know, and I'm gonna have to learn them. So the only way that I can face that is to be brave, is to tell myself that it's okay with you don't know something. But I'm gonna know it. And I have to work with others to get there. And in the right environment, it's gonna be beneficial. And who knows what we're gonna build? Who knows what it'll be on the other end? But I have the goal because I need to get there. I need to get there. My personal needs to develop. So I guess that's where I'm looking at the role of supporting in your own personal development. Because a lot of times I think people think we just get up and just do this shit and like you don't talk to yourself, you know. But I know, like, I'm a person who talk to myself all the time,
all day.
you know. So I believe in that capacity. Like I'm talking to myself because I'm supporting me, you know. Like that's the thing. Like sometimes I be doing something, be like, come on, bro, you good, you got it, you'll be okay. Sometimes I'm talking to myself like, bro, why the fuck are you even doing this right now? You talking to yourself like, I know another way to do this, or is this the way, or this the way I can get this done, or you learning. But I'm not gonna quit. Even telling myself, you know what, I'm not gonna quit. That's supporting myself in my own personal development. I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna give up. So then when I work with others, if I ain't gonna quit on myself, if I say I treat people the way I treat myself, if I don't quit on me, then why would I quit on you? If you deserving of it though, then why would I quit on you? And that's where I be talking about that. You don't need to know where I'm from. If where you met me, I support everything that you got going on. We support each other, and we truly trying to judge each other off the content of our character.
Just go from there.
We just go from there. But if you want to put me in a box with some stereotype shit that you already got going on in your head, then you're gonna ask me where I'm from. So maybe somebody can tell you, oh no, I'm not from that part of town. I'm from this other part of town.
The good side.
Oh no, we not from this part. We from that part. Oh, cause people from that part is blah 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 and blah blah blah, and then the people from there, fuck all that. People looking for a reason to not have unity, to not support each other. The most cornball shit in the world. But, you know, that's how we living out here. That's how they living. You know what I'm saying? I'm an arrogant SOB because don't disrespect my mama. You know what I'm saying? Because Pearl gonna tell you he from his daddy nuts. Like you ain't. Like you ain't. You know? Even if you was a test tube baby, you still from somebody nuts. So just because you don't know your daddy, dang. I ain't know mine for 40 years. How about that? We got something in common. Now can we meet in a place and build? And then support each other genuinely? Or is that too human?
I don't know, man. Like you said, you gotta start with that want. And it come down to what do they want in the first place.
That's what I'm wondering. Is that too human? Are we asking to be too human? Or is it because of everybody's past traumas and things like that it's just people got so much shit to heal from? That you just gotta say, you know what, fuck it. Who I can build with, I build with. Fuck everybody else. Or do you keep begging and asking and pleading? Because we already said support should be unconditional. We already exchanged insights on where that ball stops. Yeah, it's crazy. So let us know what y'all think in the comments. You got anything else on that, God?
Nah, guy, like you pretty much said it. Like you gotta want it and you gotta want to maintain it. All right, like nah, you pretty much said it.
No doubt. So let us know in the comment section what your insights are. What role does support play in personal development and working with others? We would like to know. Leave a comment, and we will respond to your comments. And now our last but never the least question. The guy Ali Dawudel at BK Soul Farm. Is the word support bad, good, or misunderstood?
I love the word support. I think it's a great word. It's definitely good. At the same time, I do think it's more misunderstood than good. I think it's more misunderstood widely in the community than good. I think it's more support me versus let's be supportive.
Of each other.
Yeah, right. Like to
Yeah.
be supportive is all about supporting me. Um, and I think that's confusing because we use words like help instead of hiring that person. You would rather treat them like a slave and get free labor from them and not want them to actually win with you, right? Like, so you don't want to hire them for their time and labor. You literally want them to donate their time and energy and resources to you for your benefit and purpose. And you want to break them off if you feel like it.
If you feel like it, right?
So I think that's confusing. So yeah, I think it's a good word, but I think it's more confusing than good. It's more
No doubt.
misunderstood than good.
No doubt. Well, before I let our viewers know if Chef Earl Pearl DB Chef TV thinks the word support is bad, good, or understood, I want to say thank you to the guy Ali Dawood at BK So for letting me use you tonight to throw some rocks at some fucking niggas. You know what I'm saying? Real shit, God. For real, because there's people out here, man, like they on some bullshit. And, you know, I'm like, got me fucked up.
I don't get it.
For real. You know, like I'm 100% genuine with everything that I do, man. Like I don't waste people's time. Like I'm not gonna waste your time. You know, and if I can't come through on it, I'll let you know. But I don't. I rarely make a promise that I don't keep.
Yeah.
You know, that's just not my style. That's not how I live my life. Um, but people got to figure out if they're gonna be supportive or if they're gonna do that stuff you was just talking about. You know, trying to slave people out and all that nonsense.
This
You
is
know,
crazy.
thinking they being slick.
They're not.
So I said all that to say I completely agree with support being misunderstood and all of the reasons that you so eloquently explained, God. So definitely another insightful conversation this evening. Another a good word, support, even though it is misunderstood. It is a good, great word,
A great word.
you know, um, because without it, no collaboration, no collective, no teamwork, none of that stuff happens.
At all.
None of that stuff happens. So we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Each and every one of y'all viewers, make sure to hit the like button. We appreciate it. Also, links in the description. We got merch. We got 15% off going on right now. The DB Chef TV gift shop. We got literature. Go get it. We got coffee mugs. It's getting cool. The weather's changing in certain parts. We got y'all see that that lovely piece of fashion that the God Ali Dawurel got on. You know, we out here. We just spread apart. Go grab one of those, man.
We're out here.
Link is in the description. BK Soul Farm. Big. What's it called? God, Big Cartel.
Yeah, I think you just go to bksoulfarm.com and that'll take you to the site. Yep. That's it.
Link is in the description. That one for sure, and that one, and the Big Cartel.
Yeah.
You know, so you can get it. All you gotta do is go and click on the link, and make sure that everybody have a peaceful, positive, and productive start to your week, y'all. If you down in the on the coastal area, Everybody be safe, because we know we got little storms and stuff coming in. We right at the end of hurricane season. We still got about 30 days left. So everyone be safe out there. Love somebody, hug somebody, support somebody.
Word.
Genuinely. Because now you know the definition of what it is. Yeah. And we will see y'all next time right here on Cigar Sundays Live with myself, Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, and the God, Ali Dawood L at BK Soul Farm.
You know that's right.
And we are the Cigarden Panel. Peace, God.
Peace, God.
This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016, 160 self-sustainability. Jump on the list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
Some say that art imitates life, but we say that life is art. So visit the DBCHEFTV gift shop and get 15% off of your next masterpiece of fashion. How do you get there? Simply tap the link in the description. Exchange insights Sundays at 8 p.m. East Coast time with the Cigarden Panel, smoking on words like two big nerds, hosted by DBCHEFTV and BK Soul Farm at Cigar Sundays on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so when they go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live.
Fans in the Stands is gaining momentum thanks to our viewers. Our crew bring the facts with humor, keeping our viewers entertained and laughing. Join us each and every Thursday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Fans in the Stands on YouTube.
At the Veteran Kettle Podcast, we thank you for your service, support, and sacrifice to our country. Listen to real stories of adversity and triumph as we give our best to honor our vets. Subscribe today and watch episodes now streaming on YouTube at TVK Podcast, The Veteran Kettle. Love ain't always easy, and we won't stop until we get it right. So bring that ass to the Love Speak Podcast. Subscribe today and let your love speak at TLS Podcast. The Love Speak, now streaming on YouTube. Sign up for the newsletter and shop merch and clothing at www.dbcheftv.com.